Welcome, my name is Hayden. If you're new here, I run this YouTube channel as well as one of the most successful e-commerce training programs, and I have personally spent a little bit over $4 million on TikTok ads so far in the last 2 years. What I'm going to do today is give you a full breakdown, start to finish. This is the tutorial, the free course, everything you need all in one. I'm also going to talk about multiple winning products you can start selling today. I'm going to give you the 3 favorite niches that I sell in that you can start looking for products in, and I'm going to show you exactly what that framework looks like. This is the same thing people are using inside of our free Discord group to make a ton of money, so make sure to join that free group linked down below. Just below it, you can also find our e-commerce training program around TikTok. Let's jump in, okay? TikTok ad tutorial. This is beginner friendly. Whether you have no experience or a lot of experience, these are going to be great things you can use right now. So even if you just stick with me for like the first 6 minutes, it's the most important piece. Okay, so let's jump in. The 5 elements to profitable TikTok ads. We don't just want to run TikTok ads. It needs to spit off profit, and ideally very quickly. Okay, number 1, budget selection. This is based on a few variables. Number 1, if you're selling a product for $15 versus $300, your budget will be different. It has to match that. I'm going to talk about that. Also, the ad account history. If my ad account is new and I'm just getting started, I don't know if it's working, my product isn't even proven yet, well, I'm going to have lower budget ads. I'm not going to have $20 a day ads. I'm going to tell you what to start them at here in a second. But if I also have an ad account that's making $100,000 a month, there'd be no reason for me to launch a $50 a day ad. It wouldn't benefit anyone. You want to move higher budget as quickly as possible. So we'll talk about that framework, but budget selection, very important. Number 2, meet your customers where they are. Native ads. This basically means that your customers can't tell your ad is an ad until it's already too late, until they've really been roped in. So that's what's called native versus invasive advertising. Very crucial to just kind of go with the flow of traffic on TikTok. Number 3, audience sizing. Avoid narrow targeting. Big mistake that people make trying to go into like the single digit millions. Avoid clogging up your ad account. I promise I will cover this towards the end of this video. This is one of the most important things because you can create ad account spending issues without even knowing what you're doing, where your ad account just won't spend money. So if you ever had that problem or heard about it, because it is a true nightmare, I'm going to give you the solution to that in this video. Okay. And then finally, a product that will actually convert and a page to support it. You can't beat a dead horse. There's really only so much you can do. If you have a terrible product, a terrible offer, everything is just not working, no matter how good you are at ads, you probably can't get it working. So at some point, you're going to have to be able to say, hey, I need to cut this off. It's not working. I've spent $800. Around that point is where, hey, maybe it's time to move on if you're not even remotely getting close to that break-even range. I don't need to be profitable right away, but I need to see momentum, okay? So let's go through this. I've got 2 other presentations to show you on ads. One of these is from inside of our e-commerce program that I've never shown publicly. I've got about 5 articles pulled up and a ton of stuff for you here. So this is going to be a good one. 3 mistakes. Oh, by the way, make sure to drop a like down below. I hope you guys have been enjoying the value. The last video I made, I gave away 50 winning products you can start selling right now. I'll leave that video linked below as well if you want to check it out. But give me a like. I appreciate it, you guys. And subscribe. If you're not subscribed, about 60% of you guys are not subscribed who watch the channel. I would greatly appreciate it, okay? 3 mistakes that people make when they're running TikTok ads. Number 1, they're not testing their ads properly, okay? This is commonly they're not spending enough money, okay? So they're running like 2 $20 a day budgets. Yeah, they're leaving them up for a little bit, but they're just not giving it enough time. Usually that's because there's no real strategy. Number 2, improper audience selection, sizing and targeting. Again, getting into those single digit millions. Big mistake having too narrow, and then running your ad post on the wrong location. So this doesn't mean who you're targeting, like the US or Canada or people in New Zealand. This means where you're actually placing the video. There's a couple very specific points that you want to do to follow this. Number 2, a huge mistake, only using one video underneath your ad. Ladies and gentlemen, TikTok is not Facebook. You can't treat it like that. On Facebook, you can have one video under there and it could do just fine. On TikTok, you're going to get penalized for that. You want to have at least 2 or 3 ads at a minimum underneath every ad group for the budget to be spread out between. And if you think I'm talking fast in this video, I am. And by the way, you should turn this on to like 1.5x playback speed if you really want to get through it, but I got a lot of stuff to cover, so I'm going to talk fast. Number 3, not tracking the right metrics. We will dive deeper into this. This goes both ways, okay? I do even see people in our Discord who have not gone through our e-commerce program talking about like click-through rates, all their CTRs, CTVs, and all these other data points of link clicks and whatnot. And while those are metrics you can track once you're scaling, here's the only thing you need to understand about metrics right now. Nothing matters except how much money you have spent and your purchases. Until you are making $5, $10, $20,000 a month in sales, those are the only metrics that matter. I kill my ads purely based off purchases. I don't care about CPMs, click-through rate, because you don't yet have an average. You're not at scale and stable enough nor profitable to be able to get that average. You don't have that data. You don't have the data set to make a decision. So just keep in mind, tracking those metrics, huge mistake. Some people take that wrong approach. Okay, here's exactly how we run our ads. When I say we have a team of media buyers. We run stuff inside of our agency. We help clients. We do some consulting. We do a lot of stuff like that. We're here to help the community. We've spent a lot of money, and I'm not talking about like I've spent $4 million on other people's stuff. That's my money. That's stuff that I have equity in or 100% ownership in. We have spent $10+ million on other people's stuff, about 40 if you count Facebook. So there's a lot of experience here with advertising. Here's how I run the ads on TikTok. US and Canada are my favorite locations, especially to start with. You get a lot of BS traffic, which is just a ton of bots, and you'll notice like huge traffic spikes. Like you'll go from 300 visitors to 40,000 if you go to worldwide. It's completely fake. It's bad traffic. It's going to confuse your pixel. So I stick to the US and Canada. Those are high quality audiences. It will cost you a little more for a purchase, but I think it's better to build your pixel that way. Number two, avoid $20 a day budgets. Like we mentioned, let's get into the budget here. You can try a few of those on our second set of tests, but there's not really much of a point of starting with them. If you come over here onto the TikTok Business Help Center and type in learning phase, you're going to get a little bit of information that you can use to your advantage about their learning phase. Okay. So this is just the delivery of your ads. On Facebook, you'll notice it's either in learning, active, or limited learning. There's not a huge difference over on Facebook, but ultimately you need to be able to get 50 sales per ad group every week, every 7 days. That's it. And you can learn more about this here on the TikTok Help Center. Again, there's a lot of different things here just so you can kind of understand how the pixel works, the conversions there. So ultimately what that means with your budgets is you don't want to run $20 a day because there's no way you're going to get enough sales at a $20 budget to break above 50 sales a week. So you kind of need to do some simple math there and reverse engineer what your budget should be. Spoiler alert, it's probably going to be $100 plus. I'm okay with like doing a 30, a 50, and $100 a day test. Like give it some variable change, but you probably don't want to do a $20 a day. Okay. By the way, when I say our second set of tests, like I'm going to launch higher budget ads first. And if those don't work or they're not favorable, yeah, I might throw in like one low budget on the next one just to see if that variable change makes any difference. Okay. Again, continuing on with how I run the ads, 3 to 5 videos under each. Again, remember, one of the big beginner mistakes that people make is only using one video under their ad. Massive mistake. You're going to want 3 to 5, okay? Spark ads is how we run it. So just like how I said, they are running their ad post on the wrong location. This doesn't mean physical location. This means the wrong platform, the wrong placement, and they're not collecting the engagement. I'll show you how to do that in a second. You're going to want to run what's called a spark ad, okay? This amount also is semi-budget based. So if I have a $1,000 a day ad group, I'm probably going to have more than 3 videos under there. It might be 4, it might be 6, right? Probably won't be 10. But as you increase, you're going to want some more ads to be able to distribute that budget between. It's really simple. Okay. So let's jump back over here into the Help Center, and I'm going to show you the Spark ads. You can go ahead and search this up, but this really is the crucial key. And let me tell you this, I have somebody who I've been coaching with for a while now. He's cranking about $2 million a month, selling all sorts of different LED stuff like this light bar behind me, doing really well. He is blown up. He's verified on TikTok on 2 of his brands that sell these products, and he's getting a ridiculous amount of engagement. And that's because he is running a Spark ad. Okay. Commonly known as a Spark post as well. Same thing. Okay, let's jump over here. So if we go to Spark ad, this is going to show you exactly how to set it up. It's really just a 3-step process. You need to have a TikTok page made for your e-commerce store. You're going to post your videos there and then just grab an ID post. Then all the engagement is funneled to that one video. So just like what they show inside of here, they show you exactly how to set that up, get it. It's actually really easy. And that's going to allow you to collect all of the engagement. So when you see a sponsored post on TikTok that has 700,000 likes with 18,000 comments, number one, it looks really good, right? It's social proof. Number two, the way they did that is Spark ads. Okay. So it's really not that difficult to do. Just go look up Spark ads. It's kind of one of the core tenets we use inside of our e-commerce program, just for collecting a lot of engagement. Okay. And then finally here under how we run our ads under part 1, because there's a lot to this, we scale hard to higher budget ads quickly. And again, pairing them with new ad creatives as I cycle out the bad performers and the non-spenders. So if you have 5 videos that you're running at a $100 a day budget, you're going to notice pretty quickly there's one ad that's probably spending 70 to 90% of the budget. That's what we call a dominant spender, right? It might not be the best performer, but it's the dominant spender. Sometimes it's performing really well. If it's not, you're going to need to pull it out of there, which forces all the spend to go to the other ads. But you're always going to have some ads that just, for whatever reason, refuse to spend budget. That is the same thing as a non-performing ad. It's taking up space and it's not spending budget. So it's basically useless. So over time, I try to cycle those out and we put in new videos to replace them. So that's really a simple piece there. Now, let's jump to the second part of how we run the ads. Again, there's a lot here. Please stick with me. If you have a question, don't hesitate to leave it down below. And again, I would greatly appreciate it as a personal favor to me if you just drop a like and subscribe. It's free to do. So we're not really pushing anything. We got nothing really to sell you here. We have resources if you want it, but those are small individual things for our community that they have requested. Okay, so a like and subscribe will do just fine. Okay, I view any paid ad platform as targeted guessing. This is what most people in advertising and e-commerce won't tell you. There's like, oh man, there's the double flip stack method and this and that. And like they always make up a cool name, and I understand why, but it's really, if you have a pixel involved, if any platform has a pixel, it's targeted guessing. And the reason I say this, I have run so many ads, and it's not just one ad on one ad account for one product. I'm talking about hundreds of ad accounts, dozens and dozens of store. I've bought equity, bought brands entirely, sold brands. I've been involved in so many individual projects. You try to do the same thing on all of them, but it doesn't work. So what happens is you're basically taking your collection of knowledge and you're just trying all these variables. Sometimes it works, but what works on your ad account probably won't work perfectly on mine, and vice versa. So like even inside of our course, I show inside of my ad account and I make it very clear, like, hey guys, like this is what I'm doing. Here's how I'm running it on this one. You get to see me like test ads live, but at the same time, I make it clear, like try this. And if it doesn't work, don't keep trying it. Even if it's not working, just because it works for me, probably won't work for you. You never know, right? So I just give all the variables to test. So just being honest there up front, so you're not like misled. Change your variable inputs. Like I just mentioned, all those variables to test. Here's a small list of many: audience sizing, audience location, audience targeting, budgets, optimization event, video duration, and many more. So really, here's a couple of the main ones. Audience location. This is where we said at the beginning, US and Canada. So you can either isolate those, right? If Canada's performing better, try to isolate Canada, right? It's a little bit of a smaller audience, but just try to isolate it there with maybe $100 or $200 a day. Or you could group those together. For your audience targeting, none usually does the best when scaling. And this is what's crazy. On TikTok, there really isn't a difference with who you target. Now, it might optimize your ad differently, which is, again, where we come in with targeted guessing, but it's really not all that different. Now, I think it is about time that I click this little remote and change the color behind me to keep your attention. Drop a like. But again, all of these things are variable changes that you can make on your ads to see what works, okay? And as you test those things, you're going to determine, is my product a winner or is it not a winner? And in a moment, I'm going to show you all sorts of products that are winners, okay? So I got your back. But as promised, first, clogging up your ad account. This is a really, really important thing. A lot of people stuff it up. They have spending issues. They get disabled, whatever it is. Here's a solution. There are two main things that can clog up your ad account. Number one, too many duplicates and similar ad groups. Unlike Facebook, where if something's working, duplicate it 10 times and let 10 more of them run. That's going to cause some problems for your TikTok account. And then the big one, though, this is a big Mac Daddy, trying to run cost caps. It's a different form of bidding, commonly known as manual bidding. This is where you're setting your bid. And I'll tell you, this works better in terms of your cost per purchase than almost anything else you will do, right? And by the way, if you're only running lowest cost, try value-based. Those work a little better. But these perform amazing. Like truly amazing, but you can't scale well. I refuse to have more than one ad group running that's a cost cap optimization in my ad account at all times. The reason is when I first saw it was working, I tried to scale it hard. So I had like $4,000 a day being spent on normal ads, and I started increasing my spend on cost caps, eventually outpacing how much money I was spending on other ads. But the problem is a lot of those individual ad groups struggle to spend their full budget, especially when you're scaling. And then that creates issues if you have too many of those where your entire ad account just won't spend. So that's partially where a lot of the problems for me happened with the spending issues. So too many of those can create an entire ad account spending issue, which is a hassle in itself. I've lost probably $50,000 to $100,000 because ad accounts go down and stop spending budget for a couple of days. Before we get into products and niches and everything you should be selling and should be doing, I want to talk about the ad post framework. Okay. So the video is crucial, and it's actually the most important platform for video. You'd be surprised. Even running YouTube ads, you don't need something as creative or crazy as you do on TikTok. It's really unique. Okay. So here's a couple things. Duration. I've found my sweet spot to be 15 to 30 seconds. I do a lot of videos. I mean, we have now made probably 400 to 500 videos for different brands, different things that we've done. It's a lot, right? And a lot of those haven't worked. A ton of them, 75% don't even work at all, right? Text on the screen, limited amounts. I'm not a huge fan. I used to do a lot of stuff, pop it up, have voice to text. Try to keep that a little bit minimal for us. We do minimal text, 15 to 30 seconds. We do music on them. That's what we do. But you can do some other stuff, someone talking in the background. You just got to have it engaging. Again, this goes back to the whole native versus invasive. You don't want to make it very clear it's an ad. Like if somebody's talking, hey guys, check out this LED light. It's my absolute favorite product of the year. You have to check it out. Like that's an ad. That's an ad and it's aggressive and it's probably not something that you're going to want to do. Okay. So continuing on here, description, short and direct. You don't have a ton of space. I'll show you a winning description in a second. I promise. Okay. Hashtags, rarely. I'm not a huge fan of them anymore inside of my ads. And if I do, limit them. You don't want 7, even though there's space for it, because then ultimately it creates the drop down thing where they have to click more to see it. And they usually don't do that. So 1 or 2 hashtags. The only reason you use a hashtag is because you're using a Spark ad, which means you're posting the video to your TikTok page first, hoping that that hashtag helps you get more views organically. So don't ruin your paid ad post just because you're hoping you get some organic views. It's a bad risk to reward ratio. Okay. So add examples, okay? I have this other presentation. This is from directly inside of our course, okay? We have a lot of different things here where we give examples. Here are 2 examples of the ad copy. Stop it, I can't, it's too cute. Hashtag dog mom. We were talking about a dog product that was being targeted towards dog parents, okay? Specifically women. So that's a little more native. Like you post a really cute video of your dog doing something that just so happens to have your product involved, right? Boom. The offer, this is one where it's like, it's invasive. Your ad is invasive. They can tell it's an ad, which isn't always a bad thing, but I do try to stay away from it. My dog loves it. Save 50% when you get yours. Hashtag dog mom. Again, those are 2 different styles. But even like I mentioned up here, be short and sweet. First of all, you see how these aren't very long, but native integrations are the best. So those are 2 different examples there to give you a visual of native versus invasive. Now let's jump down to these 4 different ads. Okay. All these are products, the whole Amazon made me buy it thing, where there's an Amazon box that can be a good option. LED lights, again, very profitable on TikTok. Here's one here that has 426,000 likes. That's insane. Usually you get a 5 to a 15% like ratio, so let's call it 10. They have 4.2 million views on here, okay? The groovy LED dream light will transform your room into any color you want. This is an invasive ad, but it works because it's such a cool product that captures people's attention. So they can push that and be a little more direct in terms of asking for a conversion. So they're not saying 50% off or where to buy it, but they did directly promote you. Over on this one, TikTok made me buy it. That's another strategy. I'm gonna need them all with like a credit card and this and that, showing some really cool bracelets, okay? Not quite as direct. I got hella, so come through. Link in bio. This is a very direct one. Still 24,000 likes. So those are just some examples for you. Now, you can find all this inside of the TikTok Help Center like we just talked about with putting together your Spark ads in terms of where to find it. But very, very simple things to do. Like this is just one of the many, many, many videos inside of our program. But those are like ad examples and just a couple of visuals for you. I wanted you to see that, okay? So my favorite product types, as promised, you guys, as promised. The favorite niches that I sell in. I don't have to sell in these, but these are the favorite, okay? Number 1, home goods. I've really become a fan of home goods, especially with TikTok. People want to make their house look cool. You see the light in the background? That's easy to make an ad for it. This entire video, you never know. It could be an ad and I'm going to pitch you at the end and sell you this light. You would never know. And that's an example of a native ad because I ran you all the way through. It was involved, but you didn't know. And boom, there you go. Then you get the pitch. So it's like you can make a lot of cool ads with home good products. You also have a super high average order value potential. People spend a lot of money on their house, on entryway tables and Polaroid cameras and decor for their kitchen and the dining room table and for their office and whatever, right? Tons of great products you can sell. I mean, the market there is insane. The margin is also usually very good and you can do what's called premium pricing. So you can be a price leader. You can outpace Amazon because if you brand it the right way, people want your stuff. It's crazy. Okay. Like I know somebody who's selling fake plants. They sell at Walmart for like $12. They're selling for $50. Like they built a brand around like these little fake house plants. There you go. Prime example. Okay. They're increasing the value out of thin air. And I'm going to give you some examples in a second of products. Personal care. easy sell, lots of impulse buys, ton of different products to choose from. I sell a lot of stuff in here. Fashion accessories, always easy. I avoid general fashion, like clothing and shoes, anything that could be a variable change for a customer. Like sizing might be a problem, the fit, they might not like the look, the color, any distortion. So fashion accessories is really like jewelry. That's really the main thing for me. But anything like that would go with it, maybe a purse or a bag or backpack, anything that just won't have as many issues with return, because that'll create operational drag. And if you're trying to drop ship, it's going to be a little annoying. If you have a bunch of inventory, not as much of a problem. So the examples, as I had promised here for some products, this is a video. I'll leave it linked below if I remember, or if not, go back on my channel here. 50 winning products. This video started to blow up. People love it. I showed a ton of different products. These are home good products, thick weave blankets. I showed weighted blankets, weighted sleeping eye masks. There was all sorts of products inside here. I showed, targeting, your offer structure, all of that. A coffee cup warmer, disc. People really like that. 2 people inside of our Discord are already selling this product. One of them just got I think his first like 4 sales yesterday. Day one, still like $160. So again, like showing these products at work. This is an automatic light sensor that goes over your outlet in your house. It projects light onto the ground. So you line your hallway with it, and if you're walking through in the middle of the night, it senses that, lights up the whole hallway. Really cheap to get, and you can sell these in bulk because people have more than one outlet. Again, home goods are great. I have this in my house. There's a picture of it. So again, a lot of different things. I just gave an example, the water pick flosser. That's a personal care product that you can sell for a high ticket amount. Okay. Same with the ear pick camera. Crazy. Okay. This is a little bit more if you want to use the holidays to start a candle brand. You take the candle approach, but you mix it in with the holidays, which would be something like this, which is a crazy high value looking candle that you could sell for like 30, 35 bucks with this wooden ring around the base. And then you just do quantity break upsells. You sell and bundle it with other stuff and more candles and all sorts of stuff. So there's a lot of different things you can do. I showed a ton of products. This can be a great setup just to do a lot of things. Okay. So a lot of different products that you can sell. And then I'm going to do a live TikTok ad review. You'll see that here in a second, where I jump on the phone with someone. You get to see me go through their ads, give some tweaks and suggestions. So I hope you enjoy that here in a second. But again, DM me on Instagram for one-on-one coaching. I don't do a lot of that, but there's usually 2 to 4 spots available on a monthly basis. You have to message me on Instagram. It's the only place you can do that. And then the link is in the description for our TikTok course. We have a bonus going on right now. You get free access to our private group. We do group coaching calls. You can ask your questions. It's a private community where you can network with everybody. There's suppliers in there. There's a payment processor broker in there who can help with payment processing, but there's also a ton of different advertising ninjas, both for affiliate marketing and for e-commerce, who have some pretty big brands. Only other thing I wanted to show you before we jump into this review is you can go get a lot of ideas for your ads. I haven't looked through any of these yet, but like just Google TikTok ad strategy. And I'm not telling you to like follow anything exactly, even when I'm doing. This will probably just give you an idea for one more little variable you can test. Like I said, right? Targeted guessing. So all of these are just different things. And you're going to want to like implement like super small, little minimal changes. Okay, how to get started advertising on TikTok. Maybe they give you a little strategy on how to create your video that helps you out in some way. Like again, there's a lot of ways to do it. Okay, so just different things. There's plenty of articles. I more so use articles like this for product research. You can see that again in this video where I gave away like a ton of winning products. We use a lot of different articles for ideas, for niches, for products. So there's a lot of different resources that you can use, but let's jump on that quick call and help someone with their TikTok ads live. Yeah, give everyone a background, kind of what's going on with your ads, daily sales, where you're at.
Yeah, so my performance on my ads has been fluctuating. Sales wise, I'm doing about 1 to 3 grand every day. Just been testing a bunch of different stuff. I'll switch out pixels because I was thinking that's an issue with me. I've been testing higher budgets. Tried a CBO, didn't really work. Um, Threw in some more creatives. I found out that my demographic is like better for 25 and up. So 18 to 25 wasn't really doing too hot for me. And when I started testing 25 and up, I got better results with that. So I've just been pushing with that. Just been targeting different things. I started day partying, and it's worked well. But yeah, as you see here, I started running some cloak ad groups. So I didn't connect the pixel to my store. Um, this first ad group, it did well Thursday, but I tried duplicating it and I don't think it did too high. I mean, I can't really track it.
Yeah, with no
It's just
pixel.
wild guessing, yeah. So
Yeah,
but
so
the
close
results,
for you guys, for anybody who watches, where you got no pixel. or connected, no pixel connected, I should say. You need a pixel to run the ads. Yeah, day parting can get a little bit more advanced. Some of the things with that, like I've noticed the results can be pretty good because you can just force it to spend on a certain block of the day where you get your sales. The problem is it's a little bit difficult to scale. And I think that cost caps and a few other things like doing way too many duplicates are some of the issues that start creating the problem where your ad account won't spend. So you'll go from spending 2,000 a day and suddenly it spends zero, like, and you're stuck in that for a few days. So it can create some problems. I know you switched out your age categories. You're only doing 25 plus. Have you tried doing some more specific segmenting? The only reason I say that, I normally don't do that, especially on TikTok. But since you have large audiences, your product is working. It's just not super profitable. And I know
Mm-hmm.
you've tried like everything else. You've tried a lot. So at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it might be the product is just not good enough. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but you're getting a lot of sales.
Yeah, it's I have days when I'm up, days when I'm down, but so you're saying like I should try not doing 25 up? You saying I should do like 18 to like everything?
Well, you could try that again if you haven't in a while, but I mean going more specific, like just targeting one or two age categories. Like right now, you're doing everything above 25. You could do 25 to
Uh,
34 or
okay.
25 to 44. So those could be some more audiences. I'm sure you already know what your performance is on each of those categories, but that could be at least another thing to test. Because
Yeah.
at this point, I mean, you've already gone through most of it. You're trying to test every variable. There's a lot of
Yeah.
it, you
Yeah.
know. So if the CBO didn't work, obviously I know we had mentioned and talked about that previously, but you've tried a lot of stuff on your ad group and you're hitting days with a little bit of profit, right? Like
Yeah,
what
for
you,
sure, for sure. Yeah, I've had multiple days. It's just
yeah,
some days when they don't hit, they don't hit. So it's weird. Mondays are pretty bad for me, and then like I'll randomly just like hit like 3 grand one day, and I'm just like, okay, like what? It's just kind of inconsistent, but I
yeah,
think I think what I need is the last variable is just my creatives, my style creatives, because I've been the one making all the creatives. So I did order some from viral ecom ads, and I selected 25 to 35-year-old female to do some UGC content. So I think
perfect.
that's the last variable. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, obviously, as you know, the creatives are massively important. So being able to
huge,
cycle in
huge.
some new ones will be big. I would also say do whatever you can to put some more attention on your store. I know you've already worked a lot on your upsells as well and stuff, but
Mhm.
anything there, like that's where you want to start getting into the micro details because a slight boost in conversion is helpful for you. You're not
Yeah.
getting 2 sales a day, you're getting a lot, you
Mhm.
know. So it's like you're at that point where like, a couple percent difference makes a big difference. So
Huge, huge. Yeah.
every little thing for sure. So yeah, I think those new creatives will help. That's exactly what I would be doing in this situation. You've already tested a ton of different audiences. Obviously, like almost always, broad works the best where you're targeting
Mhm.
nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
I would though go in and start tweaking around with the age group. I would try to categorize that, which again, normally I advise against, but I
Mhm.
know that you have tried a lot of other stuff. Like
Mhm.
scroll down here. How much stuff have you been trying?
Dude, yeah, no,
This
I've
is one campaign.
tested, killed quite a bit. I mean, like for me testing all the way down here, like when I was just running, I mean I deleted a few to be honest. So like this isn't even everything. But when I was initially testing, like I wasn't getting good results, but I saw some life. And then once I started like tightening up, like 25 plus, let me try day partying, I'll try value, let me try to open up the audience. It started getting better, and those are the days when I started breaking even, and then I started making some profit. But yeah, just testing stuff, cutting down on certain things, definitely got me here. But it's still trying to figure it out. So
Yeah, wildly variable for sure. And at the end of the day, like if you try everything and for whatever reason it's still just annoying and it's a little bit too fluctuating,
yeah.
um, it's possible it's just the ad account, right? Yeah, but it'd
Mm,
be such a pain in the butt to try to go start it all over again. At that point, I would just say a different product. Like you could
yeah.
have a product like we've already talked about this, but to do another one in the same industry,
Yeah.
it's anything similar. I know we talked about that. Have you made any progress on trying to find one or two more products that are like really similar that you could try?
I haven't looked. I mean, I just looked at upsells, like products I could sell with upsells, and like I've had some pretty good take rate. I added a new upsell, and it's. I mean, it's been getting take rate pretty high, but the profit margin on that one's much higher than my other upsell products. I think I'm getting it for like 180, and then I'm selling it for like 895. So
Perfect. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, as far as my main product, finding similar products for that, I'm sure there's a bunch. I feel like this niche is like my type of product. I feel like I could find something pretty
Yeah, if
similar,
you
maybe
find
like better
one,
angle.
yeah, find
Yeah,
one or two more and get a couple videos. You have an ad account with such high momentum. Like this ad account
yeah,
itself is an asset. Like
yeah,
producing sales, you're being favored at least somewhat in the algorithm, and you spent a lot of money. Like go to lifetime on
yeah.
this chart. How much have you spent on this ad account?
um, yeah, probably a lot. I don't know. Let me see. There's a few campaigns here.
Just have to
Uh,
expand the lifetime
oh
view.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on, this thing's in the way. Lifetime, like my whole lifetime, yeah, since running the ad accounts.
Yeah, I mean you've
Well,
tracked
yeah, it's only gonna show me these, but I've only yeah, I spent like 20 grand.
that, dude, and that's just product testing. Now, obviously, you're getting feedback. You're seeing that it's starting to work. So you're not going to dump 20 grand into a product that has no sales. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, 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 no, for
ridiculous.
sure. I
Like,
mean, I've made like
yeah,
like 30 something grand already. So yeah,
yeah.
it's part
You're
of it.
fighting. Yeah, you're fighting around that break even line, which is a really good point to be. You know, it's like it gives you a real fighting chance. Customers are taking it. So again, if you keep struggling with this, find one to two more products that are similar. They could be more
Hmm.
expensive, less expensive, whatever,
Hmm.
and just go make a few videos and launch a new campaign on the same.
Yeah,
And I think that, like, oftentimes that could lead you to find a better product.
I
So
think so too. Like, yeah, if this doesn't work, I'll definitely shoot for that for sure.
no emotions tied to it, you know, if
No
that's,
more, yeah,
yeah,
no,
like, and who knows, maybe somehow getting that going like helps these ads do better. You never know. Or maybe this becomes an upsell product. Like there's
yeah, you're right.
just keep testing some of those other variables, man. I mean, it's obviously going well. You're, doing a few $1,000 a day in sales, and now it's just figuring out how to get it profitable. Like there's a lot of businesses that would dream
Yeah,
of just breaking even.
yeah, no, I get it, 100%. Like, I wasn't. I mean, there's so much stuff like I didn't know how to do, which limited me. So I had to like fail and fail and fail and just learn. Cause I always stayed in the testing phase. Like I've never gone to scaling. So this is my first time scaling anything.
Yeah.
And, you know, first time seeing profit on something I ran is crazy. And, you have to figure out like so many different things that like I thought I had an idea of e-commerce. Like when I first like was testing, I'm like, okay, like I've been testing for a while. I think I could do this. And then once you start scaling, you're back to like square one, like learning everything. You're like, oh man, like I have to deal with customer support. Oh, I got a few chargebacks. Now I got to hold. Now I got to run it through an MX card because cash flow, and it's just a
Yeah.
bunch of other stuff. So.
I mean, dude, you went all in on it, and has it been fun though in the scaling process?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I already know, like I'm gonna make the next one work for sure. Like it's just like the amount of experience I got from this one is just, I got it in the bag for sure. So
100%, man. Well, appreciate you sharing it.
So I hope you got a ton of value out of this video. It would mean the world to me if you just drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Those two things is all I ask. Greatly appreciated. And if you're looking for any other resources, they're all linked in the description. Free Discord, you're going to want to get inside of there. It's popping right now during Q4. And then our TikTok ad blueprint. That's where we go through everything start to finish, live examples. And right now, again, before the price goes up, you're also going to be getting free access into our private group where we do group coaching calls. You can ask questions, all that stuff. You're going to be getting access to all that and many more bonuses. You can check that out linked below. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got some value, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.